humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
SL Esports got a little bit outnumbered while coming in for those picks. The scoreline has moved to 10-10, folks. So take a look at this. This is a dancing woman, guys. And a double kill from Rude, and the round finishing with a flawless victory. That was something else. We need to catch this replay once again. Take a look at this. This first pick here from Rude, dashing out. He did catch a glimpse of Reaper here. Take a look at how Reaper dashed into heaven, but that didn't really help much. But the last double kill, I think he got a collab kill here, and that is the best that a player can dream of. Well, that's unfortunate. It looks like rest of X Gravity actually come in, and Juzo, you cannot do that, my friend. He just went in with a no-scope shot onto Omen. And Suicide doing a good job from A-Link, getting a pick off. Rude going down as well. It's going to be down to just Mindfuck. He will get taken down. Reaper redeems himself after missing those initial op shots and picks up the round. And X Gravity will post their first round of this map on the board on the side of defense. Took a little bit of time coming, but it's better late than never, I suppose. Gotten off the mark, and a good play from Juzo, as you guys can see, just jumping under heaven, gets the first pick on Raze, and then gets the second important pick on Blade, who is about to put the plant down, and then has enough time to give the heal to Mindfuck as well, who just picked up that last kill. Quickly, Team Beyond Infinity have managed to get the spike down. The Hunter's Fury coming out from Sova even before entering the site. I don't think it has given them much purchase. Clay has managed to pick up a kill on his ultimate, but on his way back he's going to get taken down, and unfortunately we are down to a 2v2. It is going to be just Jet and Cypher, the last players alive. Jet is currently on heaven, and she will get taken down as well. We are looking at a 1v1, folks, as more trades come in. It's going to be Astra who's going to try to stop the defuse with that orb, but Cypher will somehow get that kill. And can he secure the defuse? He absolutely can. So the first round in the bag for Playground Esports in the second half is down to just Miracle. Can he clutch this round? He does have a showstopper. That Paranoia, he unfortunately walked into it. Outcome, take a look at the accuracies of these headshots. Oh, stopper coming in here from Knife Jester, and Sova, despite getting into cover, is going to get destroyed by that showstopper. But Shaz here on the return will pick up the kill, and now it is a 1v1. Knife Jester is going to hold that defuse down, and can you believe this? Can you believe this? Knife Jester has pulled off an incredible clutch here. Pros don't fake, they don't fake.
It's all about humanity.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to League Ego's YouTube channel. I just want to take a minute and tell you guys that we are in the middle of a tournament. It is an 8-team knockout, folks. We started last week. We had the qualifiers, and we had the semi-finals yesterday, and that was awesome for us to watch. And today we are ready with the finals. The finals is scheduled for 7 p.m, folks. But before getting into the finals, we need to figure out who's going to take that third place spot in this tournament, and that's what we are here today for, folks. My name is Grizzly. I hope you guys are doing safe during this during COVID, during these times. But for now, this is a best of 3 once again, folks. Just to walk you guys through the tournament, this is an 8-team knockout. The teams are going to be fighting for a big prize pool of 35,000 rupees, and all the rounds are going to be played as best of 3s. We had our qualifiers last week, and we are tuned in today for the finals, third place final, this one. And for first place, the winner is going to take 20,000 rupees. Second place is going to take away 10,000 rupees. And the third place, what this match is all about, is for that 5,000 rupee prize. If you haven't followed our socials yet, take a minute, guys. Go into our description. You'll find our Discord, our Facebook, our Instagram. Please make sure to join all of these, because we will be discussing tournament related updates and all other gaming updates as well from our side. With that said, we are looking at Bind. It's going to be the first map, folks, so let's jump into it without further ado, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
It's all about humanity.
Alright, folks, it is time for Agent Select on Bind, and this one's going to be interesting. So first things off, we got Team TFF, the 5 friends who are going to be on defense on Bind. First up, we have seen how that can make such a big difference here, the coin toss going in their favor, and hopefully they'll be able to put it to good use. And Lethal Esports is going to be coming in on the attacker side in the first half. In terms of Agent Select, it looks like Art Gun is going to go on the Astra. In today's game, we got Wind, who is considering a jet pick once again. We saw him on the Sage yesterday, interestingly enough, and RG here on that Phoenix. He likes that agent. Like is going to be on the Sova, and maybe we're going to see some more Odin action tonight, folks. That should be fun for us to watch. And we've got Overclock. So a rotation here for Team TFF. Instead of Minato, who will be sitting out in this third place match, they're going to be bringing in Overclock, who's going to be on the Sage. On the side of Lethal Esports, we've got Frank, who's going to go ahead with that Sova pick. iShock is on the Killjoy. Recti Rowdy is going to be on the Jet. Frozen is going to be on the Astra. And Fishy Bubbly looks like their designated controller is going to be on the Astra. And just as we have wrapped up that Agent Select analysis, it looks like we are going to head straight into this game, folks. I am super excited for this. This game definitely means a lot because they are fighting for a third place prize. Remember, folks, there is no prize money for fourth place. And one of these teams today is going to walk away with 5,000 rupees at the end of this game. We are on a best of 3, and the map pool, if I haven't told you guys yet, is going to be Bind, Split and Ascent. And it's going to be interesting to see which team comes out on top. Let's take a quick look on the defense. How is the team setting up? So a 2-man hold on B, perhaps, with Overclock, and RG, Sage and Phoenix are going to be anchoring down this B side, in fact. And nope, hold up. Looks like there's going to be a change. Overclock looks like he has decided to go over to the A side now. So it's going to be RG and Wind who are going to be holding down this B side, and they may be up for some action initially. And on the side of A, of course, they've got Alike, Art Gun and Overclock. And iShock is going to challenge that A shot, but it looks like the Spike and most of the players are heading towards B. An initial confrontation already at B long. Recti Rowdy having to dash back after getting flashed by Phoenix, but Wind looks like has taken some damage here. He is low on HP and has been forced to retreat. And Alike looks like he has rotated over to this B side. This pistol round can be so crucial, folks. It can really help the teams to catch their momentum. And Team Lethal Esports looking more or less convinced about walking in to this B side. And meanwhile, it looks like iShock has made his way in towards A shot as well. And let's see if we can catch this action here. He is, and he's going to get spotted out by Art Gun. So that plan hasn't worked out as they would have hoped, and Team Lethal Esports may just have to continue pushing onto the B side. That fight has ended fairly quickly, and Team Lethal Esports will be the first to lose a player. It is iShock, the lurker on A side, who will go down. Recti Rowdy is going to make amends, will pick up a double kill here and clearing sight. Alike is there to pick up the trade and get a follow-up kill as well. He'll get the planter down too. It is down to just Fishy Bubbly. He is on the Astra, folks, and he is on Hookah. And we are now looking at a 1v2 situation. That first defuse is going to be interrupted with the Astra Orb, and this is what Astra can do, folks.
Last player standing.
Ooh, that could have ended either way, but Fishy Bubbly coming out on top, but only for Overclock to take the trade on him. And it looks like the first round is going to be in the bag for Team TFF, folks. A good round on defense. Astra here just peeking outside of the smoke, as you guys can see, taking down Artgun, but he was so low on HP that Says just had to get one shot on him to secure that kill. And with that, the pistol round is in the bag for the defenders. It's Team TFF who have started well here, and Team Lethal Esports possibly will be looking at a full save round. And on the side of Team TFF, as you guys can see, full buys with Spectres and full armor. They are currently Lethal Esports looking like they want to push this A side, all 5 players here with the spike. And Fishy Bubbly is the only player who's going to be able to afford a frenzy without compromising a full buy next round. Artgun here could stand to take some damage from this shock dart from Frank. Recti Rowdy here pushing in and dashing with the classic. Gets a kill on Artgun, gets traded out by a like, of course, but a useful kill there. And I wonder if they were able to pick up that gun. No, I don't think so. So they really haven't been able to upgrade their weapons here. Like will go ahead and pick up a second kill on Frozen and gets traded out by Frank, who pushes into that U-Haul position and gets traded out as well, just as they were getting their hands on that Spectre. Team Lethal Esports here change in approach, have rotated around towards B side. Wind is going to be aware of that.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
Fishy Bubbly here will get the trade and can possibly get the spike down, but he needs to worry about RG.
30 seconds left.
I have the spike.
Oh, that was unfortunate. He looked away at the wrong time, and RG noticed that the spike was missing from where he just saw it a second ago, and realizing that Astra has just picked it up, takes that white peak from Hookah and will pick up that round. So a close one for Team TFF, but they have managed to pull it off, losing a few early picks on A shot, unpredictably so, but coming back strongly to win that round. They will be on a bonus, folks. It looks like Alike is the only player who's going to go in for that big investment and maybe even win, because he is he hasn't just made that decision. But on the side of Lethal Esports, a full gun round for them, the first gun round for them, and they need to make this one count. This is a crucial round, folks. The Sage Wall coming up on A shot to start things off, and this slow orb is just going to slow them down a little bit. Let me see if we can get a view of this drone that was going in. A like here with a counter drone, just trying to get some information, and we'll be able to tag Jet. But it looks like Team TFF have now rotated towards this A side. They got 4 players on here. And once again, it is iShock, I believe, who is on this lurk. Take a look at this. Going in towards this B-long position. He doesn't have the spike, so if he's able to get this kill on RG, we could have a round on our hands here for Team Lethal Esports. That turret has certainly given away a sound cue that RG is going to pick up on. Recti Rowdy here making a mess in A shot off that defense, and will get tagged by the Hunter's Fury coming out from a like. Another kill here on Wind, and now it's down to just a like. He is the last player alive. It's a 1v4 situation as the plant will go down, and this can be challenging here for a like. He's got a couple of options. Remember, folks, he's the only player who didn't play a full bonus round in this particular round. So if he can save this weapon, the teams will come in with full buys next round once again. And surely that is a point of consideration. That spray not connecting with Fishy Bubbly gets him very, very low, but iShock will just peek on his turret and get that kill, and that is a first round in the bag. Lethal Esports, they needed this round to go their way, and looks like they have made it count. They lost a couple of players, but I don't think that will be too much of a bother for them, because they are still on a full buy. It looks like we are having a timeout here. It looks like an unscheduled one at that, and it looks like it has come in from the side of the attackers from Lethal Esports, and I'm not sure what exactly it is. Could be technical in nature, but for now Team TFF setting up It looks like a 5-man setup on A side, a 4-man setup on A side, with only Overclock as the only player at B, and this is interesting, folks. And he looks like he is all set to push out of hookah as well, and I think the timer here is going to resume shortly in just a second. He has a wall in his hands. I wonder what the play here is. He will come face to face with iShock in just a second. Ooh, it looks like TFF was ready to make the push out of a shot, and something else here from them. It didn't work out for them, and it's down to just Overclock, who was the only player playing on A side. But yes, it looks like it was a half buy, and Team TFF going for that eco push. I think we just missed a little bit of that action. Wind here was on the Blaze Storm as well, and Overclock will get picked up here by Frank on the side of CT, and that will be a second round in the bag for Team Lethal Esports. Team TFF doing a half by there and choosing to push out of a shot. An interesting play. I love to see teams do that, but it didn't work out for them. Perhaps that Blade Storm just not working out in their favor. But the scoreline now, folks, looking at 2-2, and it looks like we are all set for a well-balanced match. This one may go down to the wire, and I'm definitely expecting to see all three maps being played out on this particular fixture. There is a prize of money involved, folks, so we will see both teams giving their absolute best. TFF Wind here on the operator. Recti Rowdy might be in for a surprise if he does approach this B-long angle. It's got iShock and support as well up close to Wind. And that turret has given out the information about his operator. But despite that, Recti Rowdy was bold enough to make the pick, but Wind is going to pick up that pick, no problem. And Lethal Esports have lost a first player. iShock is still over on the B side, but the Spike and the rest of the players of Team Lethal Esports are concentrated around this A side. Team TFF have made 0 rotations, and Frozen will make a pick and get a good pick here for his team. A second player going down, and Artgun is there to take that trade from Heaven. An accurate headshot with that Phantom. Frank here is on site. Can he get the plant down? If he does have the Hunter's Fury to support and maybe just pull this round off. But for now, Team Lethal Esports have lost a couple of players more and down to just 2. Just taking a pause here. They don't want to go in for that plant just yet. 20 seconds on the clock. It's now or never. They need to make this plant count, or they need to TP out of here. And that recon will be the end for Sova for sure. It's down to just iShock. He gets a pick, and this turret can be such a nuisance. He has taken the TP, but I don't know what for, because he doesn't have time to get that plant down, and the round is going to go the way of Team TFF, who played it to perfection, did not overcome it whatsoever, and in the end, they made it count. That reveal coming out of Frank, I believe.
Checking the situation. I got enough time to go into the
It was a tough call there, and at least they have a weapon saved. So Team TFF, that operator paying the dividends, and now a couple of players are going to be on Spectres, but once more a full buy coming in on the side of Team Lethal Esports as they will look to level things up. For now, Team TFF have picked up a slender 1-round lead, and the scoreline is at 3-2. Once again here on B side, Team Lethal Esports are looking to slowly make some progress, make their way, get some access. Wind here is on the operator. I'm interested to see how this fight is going to play off for them. Recti Rowdy for a second round in a row will be the victim of that operator in the hands of TFF Wind, and maybe they just need to regroup and perhaps push this A site maybe And it looks like there is a player of Lethal Esports in showers in a very advanced position. Is Ice Shock once again? He does look like he's the designated lurk, folks. Artgun here will be forced out of that position because the Nano Swarm Ice Shock may have something on his hands to play with. He does have his teammates in support on a shot.
30 seconds left.
That clock is running down once again, and Team TFF have the numbers to support. The showstopper is going to be pulled out, and I think it is going to go into a shot towards U-Haul, and RG will get picked off by Frozen with the help of that. And Wind here needs to figure out how he's going to deal with this. He has gotten a pick and down to just Frank, and doesn't have enough time, and Team TFF will pick up yet another round. 4-2 is the scoreline on the board. Team Lethal Esports here taking it down to the wire every single time. I'm not sure if it's working out for them, and in the end they had a couple of players lurking at B until the very end, and they got picked off as well with that jet operator. But in the end, Sova had too much to do, and he gets traded out. He had 3 people looking at him on A site. It was just a little bit too much to deal with there. Now, what does this do to the economies, folks? On the side of Lethal Esports, I think we may see a scattered buy. As you guys can see, Fishy Bubbly has gone for a full, and he's down to just 500 creds, and so is Frozen. And interesting there, looks like they are going to be forcing it. Recti Rowdy is going to be coming in on the Blade Storm. Do not peek the Opper. If there's something we've learned so far. Ooh, missing the first shot is Wind, and this could be dangerous for them.
You want to fight it?
Using the jet smoke really well to not get spotted out. And the Cosmic Divide is in play here, and out comes the Hunter's Fury. Jet is going to get tagged. Recti Rowdy somewhere else has picked up a kill with his Blaze Storm, and now Team Lethal Esports are down to just their last player, who's Fishy Bubbly. And if just to make things worse, Overclock has gone ahead and picked up the revive on Wind as well. So we are looking at a 1v4 situation, and the Spike in firm control of Team TFF. A good first pick here from him, but Overclock will come in on that. On that trade here, and take a look at this replay. It was down to just Fishy Bubbly. He didn't have too many options. He needed more picks. He needed more picks from his teammates as well. Gets a useful pick on Wind, but will get traded out by Overclock, and that will be a 5th round on the board, folks. Team TFF are starting to build a momentum here. We're seeing, we talked about this momentum yesterday as well, and how much it has to do with the way this game can sway between the two teams. And Team TFF look like they have won a couple of rounds in a row, 3 rounds in a row, and that is really starting to show in the confidence in the gunfights and in the way they are executing their plays. For now, Team Lethal Esports are going to be pushing B-side once again. Wind had to dash out of there, bold enough to come out for a second peek, and he will miss it. And now Lethal Esports are slowly starting to turn the heat up. They are on a 5-man Sheriff buy and have lost a player early on as well. Just trying to bait out an op shot, but Wind is there to pick up Frozen, who jumped out of Hookah, and a second player going down for Team Lethal Esports. The spike is on Fishy Bubbly, who is inside of Hookah.
1 enemy remaining.
And both the players from B-Long will get taken down. It is down to just Fishy Bubbly. Can he get a plant down somehow in A site?
Pulling them in.
Of course he cannot, because Artgun is waiting for him, if at all that is the plan. And for now, Fishy Bubbly is quite happy to just rotate back with the spike in hand, and a Sheriff, and a dream, I'm sure, to somehow clutch this round for his team.
"30 seconds left."
Artgun should see him very shortly, and this should be the round for Team TFF. And he will. It's a crisp headshot here coming in from Artgun. A 6th round on the board, folks, for Team TFF. 6-2 the scoreline. And on the side of attack, Team Lethal Esports, I don't know what that number is. Maybe they want 4 rounds, they want 5 rounds. But I'm sure teams coming into games like this, the big games, you know, the knockouts, the semifinals, they have a number in mind on how many rounds they want to take away on the side of attack when they are playing first. And on a map like Bind, perhaps that number is 4 or maybe 5, and we can expect to see teams really come back from that on the side of defense. Team TFF here, however, making life difficult. Wind peeking out aggressively from Hookah. Somehow missing the shot on Fishy Bubbly here. iShock here once again, the designated lurker of Team Lethal Esports, if I can call him that. Just putting his turret down on a shot to make sure that there's no push coming in from either side, and that turret is watching the push from showers as well. Meanwhile, 3 players from Team Lethal Esports continue on their push towards the B side here. In fact, it's just 2 players now. It's Recti, Rowdy and Frank. Recti, Rowdy is going to go ahead and break that wall on B long. And Wind is here once again with that operator. iShock, the lurker, has finally picked up a kill, folks. It looks like it is on A side, on A shot. And now with that pick, ooh, the Hunter's Fury coming out and will tag iShock. And Herlike will pick up 2 kills with that Hunter's Fury. Frank and Fishy Bubbly both succumbing to that Hunter's Fury. And now the Killjoy lockdown has been pulled out on the side of Lethal Esports. This might help with some map control. But the spike needs to go down, folks. The spike needs to go down quick. Frozen here getting another pick on Overclock. And now we're looking at a 3v3. Art Gun from Showers will get the pick on Recti Rowdy as well. A 3 versus 2 retake coming in with a like on Heaven. The Cosmic Divide coming into the play as well. And both players of Lethal Esports inside this U-Haul. Low on HP as well. iShock will pick up another kill. As a like will get the trade on Frozen. The defuse coming in. iShock.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, that is so unfortunate for iShock. He ran out of bullets at the wrong time. It looks like Artgun will go ahead and pick up that defuse. That is so unfortunate for Team Lethal Esports. iShock doing so well here from the beginning of that round. The first pick, getting a second pick on U-Haul, getting a third pick on the defuse. But that final pick, there you go. You can see his bullets running out, and talk about bad timing. Talk about bad luck, folks. Team Lethal Esports was so close to pulling that round back. But for now, the scoreline will move to 7-2. Team TFF starting to look strong here. Putting in a strong performance. I think 4 or 5 rounds back to back now. They have secured. I do remember the scoreline being at 3-2 or maybe even 2-2. And this time around, it looks like the spike is on iShock, and they are showing some intent here in towards A shot. Wind has repositioned to A shot with that operator, folks. Take a look at this. I think he tried to go for the turret but somehow missed it. The Sova drone not getting too much information either. And Lethal Esports quite happy to just make that quiet rotation back towards B side. And Overclock and RG here need to be alive to this danger. RG here has got the flash in his hands. He's just waiting. But they are sneaking up on him without giving him any sound cues. And will make it work somehow. He missed the first few shots here. iShock is keen for the trade but will miss out and will get taken down as well. And RG picks up 2 crucial kills. And more importantly, the spike has gone down. Recti Rowdy here coming in with an op shot. Gets the first kick but will get traded out by RG, who's putting in a strong performance. He needs to look behind. Both the players are behind, and I don't know if his teammates have given him the call. He'll pick up the 4th kill and nearly got his ace, but Fishy Bubbly was there to stop further damage. He gets the spike as well. He tries to go for the teleporter, but I don't think he's got enough time for the plant. So that's another round that they are going to lose simply because the clock has run down. But can we talk about RG for a second here? What a performance from him. 4K in the end. Picked up all 3 players coming out of B long, using his flashes effectively and turning around to be alive to the danger from Hookah as well, and getting that 4th kill in the bag before getting picked off by Fishy Bubbly, who in the end could not get the plant down. And Team Lethal Esports maybe a little bit disappointed that they've lost 2 rounds now just with the timer going down. And the scoreline is now moving to 8-2. 8 rounds in the bag already for Team TFF. They must be feeling good about this. Team Lethal Esports surely want to get the next 2 rounds if they want to have something to play with on the side of defense. I see one Spectre, but it looks like full buys all around apart from that. And this time Team Lethal Esports with a more no-nonsense kind of an approach coming in towards this A shot. There are 4 players on A shot, and Artgun here somehow survived the bomb buddy and the showstopper and gets the kill on Recti Rowdy. But he will get traded out by iShock. But alive here with a triple kill. He's alive and kicking as well. And TFF have picked up a 9th round here. That was a good start from Lethal Esports, showing some intent here. And that showstopper, I really felt from Frozen could have been big for them, but somehow Artkan survived it, and alike here, picking up those kills from that U-Haul position. In the end, Wind with the operator shutting things down from the shower side as well. And folks, 9-2 is the scoreline, the last round. And looks like Team Lethal Esports will be forced to go in with a couple of Spectres and even a Marshal. So not a full buy by any stretch of imagination. And Team TFF will be looking to play this one aggressively. It looks like RG getting the flash out of Hookah and not staying to complete that fight, will fall back. Oh, that's unfortunate for iShock here. Artgun was just close enough to see. Will pick up the second kill with a gravity pull from Artgun. The Astra versus Astra fight going in the favor of Team TFF for now. And 2 early picks here. This is not good for Team Lethal Esports. They only have a Marshal and a Spectre and 1 Phantom to work with, which is on Frank right now. And looks like Lethal Esports want to now move in towards this B side. They do have spike control. And they got 3 players to deal with here on the side of B. And Team TFF, once again, we said this yesterday as well, the discipline on display from them on defense has been tremendous. They have hardly put a step wrong here, and as a result of that, they've posted 9 rounds already and maybe looking good to secure a 10th round on the board in the first half itself. Recti Rowdy here, he's hungry for kills, isn't he? He's hungry, he's waiting for a slip up from them with that Marshal. He's waiting to get a headshot here, but not a single peek from the teams. And now there's a call surely for Team TFF because the rotation has come in, and this could be big here. That could have been a false play because Team Lethal Esports, Recti Rowdy has just walked onto site. He's got a good position on elbow, gets the first shot on RG. Gets the second kill as well. And can he get his hands on this Phantom? He will get his hands on the Phantom. And get an excellent pick on alike coming in from Hookah as well. The last 2 players here coming in from CT. And somehow Lethal Esports have made this a 2v2 despite losing those first 2 picks. Lethal Esports is Recti Rowdy. What a lurk into the B side through that elbow position. And now once again peeking out of that elbow position, gets a pick this time on Artgun, a 3k from him. And now Wind is the last player alive. He does have the Blade Storm if he wants to pull it out. And Recti Rowdy is being smart about this next peek here. He is not peeking unless he hears the spike diffuse, and they did, and Recti Rowdy will wrap things up with a 4k, and that is a much needed round going in the way of Team Lethal Esports, finishing this half now on a scoreline of 9-3. It's not ideal for them, definitely not ideal for them, but it is what it is, folks, and they're gonna have to take it. For now, they will have to start defense off with just 3 rounds in the bag, and Team TFF will surely be very, very happy with their first half performance. Just 4 more rounds to go for them to wrap up Bind, and next we will be moving to Split for the second map, folks. For now, it looks like iShock is going to be the player setting up and anchoring this A site with the help of nobody. He's all alone. He's all alone on A side, and Team Lethal Esports have stacked B. It looks like a 4-man stack there, and this could be bad for them because Team TFF are all looking like they want to make the push into the A side, and early calls for sure must be going out from iShock. Ooh, a good combination play, but somehow didn't take any damage, iShock. And he's allowing them a map control, and he's going to let them get that plant down as well as his team come in. And this is going to be a 5v5 retake on the pistol round. First up, Frank here with the flank on A shot. He does have Recti Rowdy for support. A whole bunch of trades coming in, and now it's just a 2v2 here. It's down to just 1 player. It is down to just Wind. Can he stop this defuse? It is going down. Oh, he will. He'll pick up that 2k in the end, and that's a clutch coming in from Wind, securing a 10th round on the board. It was so chaotic. Take a look at that kill feed, folks. Take a look at that kill feed, and in the end, Recti Rowdy doing well, and I think he even secured half a defuse. And just as Fishy Bubbly went down, he dashed out of that position to avoid getting the headshot. But Recti Rowdy here was there to finish things off, and Team TFF will post the pistol round, and that was a big round. And I'm sure Lethal Esports will be disappointed that they couldn't get that pistol round. And if I was them, I would go in for a full force buy. And looks like that's what they're doing. I love to see this Team Lethal Esports showing some initiative here. They need to defend, and Team TFF coming in expectedly with full buys. I don't know if the drone caught out the player on the left side. I don't think they have.
There they are.
And Sova here is going to get taken down by Frozen. He just didn't turn the drone towards the left side. That's unfortunate. And Team Lethal Esports here putting on a good defense so far, getting 2 early kills on Team TFF. It looks like they managed to get some control over this B side. Has the spike gone down yet? I don't believe the spike has gone down yet. Recti Rowdy is reduced to like 10 HP. That wall bang through wind. And he's going to come face to face with Frozen in just a second. The plant, folks. The plant has still not gone down. Artgun needs to look left. He will get the pick on Recti Rowdy. I'm not quite clear why the plant is not going down here from Team TFF. Is this a rotation that we're looking at? I think it is a rotation that we're looking at, and Wendy has taken the teleporter. And Lethal Esports now need to figure this out. They do have a player on a side. It is Frank, and take a look at the gun in his hands. This could be curtains for Artgun if they don't get this pick quickly.
10 seconds left.
And they will get that pick, and Artgun is a little bit low on HP, but he's going to get that plant down, and that's the most important thing of all. A 2v2 retake here coming in from iShock and Fishy Bubbly. iShock here with a Bucky in his hands. Gets spotted out here, and that alarm bot giving useful information about the whereabouts of Wind. He will get taken down. It's down to just Fishy Bubbly to secure this round for Lethal Esports. Can they do it? And I don't think they can. It's going to be Artgun with that final kill. A 3k in the end for him. And I couldn't understand why they weren't committing to that B-side push. And there you go. They were down to just 3 players. Somehow made the rotation over to A-side and got the plant down. And that just gave them enough time to pick up more and more kills along the way, making it easier to hold that spike plant down. And in the end, coming out with another round in the bag. And so Lethal Esports surely now will be forced in for a half buy, and it's not ideal with the scoreline at 11-3. Team TFF doing really well here. Alike once again topping that lead up, that scoreboard here with 18 kills so far, and Recti Rowdy not far behind on the side of Lethal Esports with 15 kills. It's going to be a tough round for Lethal Esports. They don't have the guns, they don't have the utility, and Frank here, if he gets caught out, it looks like the Astral Orb did not allow the drone to come out of showers, and as a result may not check this close angle, and I wonder if Frank can make it count. He will. He gets the one tap onto Wind, catching him out on the reload, and now Alike. Oh, that was close. He goes in and steals that Vandal. That is big. That is big. It's now a 3v3. This equation is looking doable here for Lethal Esports. And a couple of teleporter here moves towards the B side with the spike. There is a player. There is Frozen who is on B side. He is at long, and if he can take this planter down.
30 seconds left.
He will.
Spike down.
He will. Artgun will get that kill.
I have the spike.
14 seconds on the clock. They need to get this plant down. Overclock needs to get this plant down.
Seconds
If
left.
he gets spotted out, he will get wall banged through this, and Frank will pick up that kill. And now it is down to just Alike here in a tough position with that crossfire, and Team Lethal Esports pulling back a thrifty round for themselves. The scoreline now moving to 11-4.
visit the astral to play some stars.
Interesting round there from Lethal eSports, doing really well in the end. And that first kill coming in from Frank outside of Showers with that Sheriff, and then securing that Vandal as well, making a big difference here. But now Team TFF looks like they are the ones on an eco round here. Wind with the Blade Storm distracting Recti Rowdy enough for RG to go in and pick up that kill. A first pick early on for them. Lethal eSports, they need to make this defense count. They need to make this defense hold. A second kill here. This time it is Overclock will get the pick on Frank and Frozen. And Lethal eSports pulling back a couple of crucial kills here as well. And now the equation is a 3v3, folks. The spike has not gone down yet. RG with a very, very ambitious peak here with that Sheriff. Alike will get another kill here, and now the equation once again is a 2v2. He went in to get the spike, and maybe he should have picked up the gun as well, but it doesn't matter because Frozen is going to pull out the showstopper and get the kill on him. It is down to just Alike. 39 seconds on the clock. Take the spike and take the teleporter, my friend. He will get the kill on Fishy Bubbly. And he has made the right choice. 30 seconds on the clock. It's an easy plant that will go down, and Frozen is going to have to rotate around from CT. He won't have enough time to stop the spike plant. He doesn't have any more utility left. He does have 150 HP and can Alike line up his headshot here. He will. It wasn't the most accurate. It wasn't the most accurate headshot in the world, but it will work. And in the end, Alike was smart enough to make that move back into us. The getting the pick on Hooker was on U-Haul was critical because he didn't have control over the spike, and once he did that, just making the move in towards B, using that teleporter and getting the plant down in the end. And as a result of this, folks, Team TFF are now on match point. A very similar scoreline we saw yesterday in the semi-finals, and it was Team TFF there as well against Pistol eSports, who put on that good performance. And I think that first map was Ascent for them, and this time around in Bind, full buys more or less, except for a couple of Spectres and a Judge on the side of Lethal eSports. Otherwise, they do have Vandals and Phantoms to help. The Cosmic Divide here has come into play. Interesting. Recti Rowdy here with the Blaze Storm gets a pick on RG, but will get traded by Overclock.
You will not kill my ally.
And Overclock is able to get the revive down on RG as well. That nade doing a lot of damage to him on his way up. Should be able to get a heal though. And now we're looking at a 4v5 retake coming in from Lethal eSports. iShock is on the lurk. Alike will be the first to pick up a kill. iShock will get a kill as well, and he'll get traded out to Frozen here with the Judge. Gets a pick on Alike, and now a 2v3 retake.
One enemy remaining.
Scratch that, it's a 1v3 retake, and it's going to be Overclock with that kill. And you know what this means, folks? This means that the first map is complete, and it's going to be Team TFF with a strong performance once again. We saw the same thing yesterday from them in the first map, making sure that they were on top. And take a look at that average combat score from Alike, 391. Top fragging with 23 kills. The first map is in the bag for Team TFF. And now, folks, we are headed over to Ascent for the second map. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these short messages, and we'll be back with live action. And the second map is going to be Split. So excited to see that. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Justice Split. SL Esports got a little bit outnumbered while coming in for those picks. The scoreline has moved to 10-10, folks. So take a look at this. This is a dancing moment, guys. And a double kill from Rude, and the round finishing with a flawless victory. That was something else. We need to catch this replay once again. Take a look at this. This first pick here from Rude, dashing out. He did catch a glimpse of Reaper here. Take a look at how Reaper dashed into heaven, but that didn't really help much. But the last double kill, I think he got a collab kill here. and that is the best that a player can dream of. Well, that's unfortunate. It looks like rest of X Gravity actually come in, and Juzo, you cannot do that, my friend. He just went in with a no scope shot onto Omen. And Suicide doing a good job from A-Link, getting a pick off. Rude going down as well. It's going to be down to just Mindfuck. He will get taken down. Reaper redeems himself after missing those initial op shots and picks up the round. And X Gravity will post their first round of this map on the board on the side of defense. Took a little bit of time coming. But it's better late than never, I suppose. Gotten off the mark, and a good play from Juzo, as you guys can see, just jumping under Heaven, gets the first pick on Raze, and then gets the second important pick on Blade, who was about to put the plant down, and then has enough time to give the heal to Mindfuck as well, who just picked up that last kill. Quickly, Team Beyond Infinity have managed to get the spike down. The Hunter's Fury coming out from Sova even before entering the site. I don't think it has given them much purchase. Clay has managed to pick up a kill on his ultimate, but on his way back he's going to get taken down, and unfortunately we are down to a 2v2. It's going to be just Jet and Cypher, the last players alive. Jet is currently on Heaven and she will get taken down as well. We are looking at a 1v1, folks, as more trades come in. It's going to be Astra who's going to try to stop the defuse with that orb. But Cypher will somehow get that kill, and can he secure the defuse? He absolutely can. So the first round in the bag for Playground Esports in the second half is down to just Miracle. Can he clutch this round? He does have a showstopper. That Paranoia, he unfortunately walked into it. Out comes the nade. You need to pull out the Paranoia showstopper, and what a clutch from Miracle. That spray transfer was insane. Minato and RG double picking at the same time, but Miracle was able to pull off something incredible. I think it was a 4K in the end for him, and I for one thought he should have pulled out that showstopper going into that blind, unfortunately. But take a look at the accuracies of these headshots. Oh, stopper coming in here from Knife Jester, and so much. Alright folks, we are ready for map number 2. It's going to be on Split, and Team TFF with that advantage early on, getting the first map secured on Bind. And now it looks like we are looking at map number 2. So Team Lethal Esports will be defending first, so they do have something to prove. They need to pull this one back, and if they do, we'll be headed over to our tiebreaker match, which is going to be on Ascent. And that's going to be lit as well, folks. But we need to see some action here, and looks like the players are more or less ready, and we should be jumping into agent select any second now, folks. So stick around, don't go anywhere, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
It's all about humanity. About humanity.
Alright, it's everyone's favorite map, Split. I'm kidding, no one likes Split. It's gonna be Team Lethal Esports who's gonna be on the defense first half of this game. And interesting pick here. Frank is gonna go with the Killjoy. I don't know if I've seen him play Killjoy yet so far in this tournament. He's always been a Sova main, if not anything else. Frozen is going to stick with that Raze. Fishy Bubbly is back on the Omen, and that's more like it from him. Recti Rowdy has picked up Reina, a pick that I always enjoy seeing on this map. And iShock is going to go in with that Sage pick, it looks like. On the side of Team TFF, Artgun is on the wiper. We know he loves to play that agent. We've seen him in this tournament so far. Overclock is going to pick up Reina, and I'm excited to see that as well. Like is going to go on the Killjoy, which he is used to. Wind once again is going to be on the Jet with that operator doing really well in that last match. And RG is going to be the controller with
agent.
the pick on Omen. And with that said, folks, it looks like we are all set to get this second map going. Team Lethal Esports, they have a point to prove. They need to show up here and get this second map if indeed we have any hopes of seeing map number 3 in this game. But for now, folks, these two teams are fighting it out for that third place prize of 5,000 rupees, and we should get started any second. Alright, folks, let's take a quick look at how Lethal Esports are going to set up. It looks like it's going to be Frank on the Killjoy, who's going to go straight onto the A site and will be anchoring it with the help of Recti Rowdy. And on B site, we've got Fishy Bubbly, who's going to be anchoring the site down. The only player here, in fact, and he's got Sage for support on B Heaven. But it looks like the initial push coming in from Team TFF is going to be heavy through mid, breaking that Sage wall. That Sage meta, we're going to see it every single round. A good blind coming into B Heaven here. Wind trying to satchel in and get some purchase, maybe a pick here. But iShock doing well to retreat, and now Team Lethal Esports are happy to give the site fully to Team TFF, and they're gonna work out a 5v5 retake here on the side of defense. And the first spike plant of the match coming in. Team TFF looking well positioned, holding these good post plant positions. Fishy Bubbly needs to check this top as he comes out of CT side. Fishy Bubbly will get the trade on Artgun, and now we are looking at a 2v3 situation, folks, as a Like will pick up another kill as iShocker goes down. And now the last two players, one is playing backup side and one is playing B main. This is a classic crossfire that we are so used to seeing. Overclock will get the pick here, and the swarm grenade coming out as well. And Overclock will be there to pick up the second kill as well. And Team TFF will post a first round on the board on split, folks. This is a defender-sided map that is considered by most pros at least. And Team TFF doing really well coming in. Lethal Esports was quite happy to play a retake, and that's not always a bad idea. But the retake just didn't work out for them. Playing good post-plant positions for Team TFF. And as a result, they will be coming in hot with a full buy on this round with Spectres and full shields. And on the side of Team Lethal Esports, it looks like it's going to be a full save. A first pick coming in from Alike. He did get dinged on the way back by Recti Rowdy's classic here. And another
Spike
kill here getting
planted.
picked. Another kill here as well. And as Team Lethal Esports are reduced to just 3 players. Fishy Bubbly will get a handy pick in CT. Can he get his hands on that Spectre? Looks like he cannot. Overclock on the wraparound so early. Coming in and getting that pick. And take a look at Alike's position here. Will wrap things up. It was easy for him. A 3k in the end from him. And a second round on the board for Team TFF.
No.
They will be quite happy to go in for that bonus round. But on the side of Team Lethal Esports, we will see a full buy very, very shortly. And this round is going to be key. This round is going to be huge. Team Lethal Esports, they need to start fighting back here. This is the round. This is the one they need to make it count, folks, because they have gone in for full buys.
There.
Team TFF, for now, are looking quite spread out. I can see 3 players outside B and 2 players in A side. Arkan in a tough spot, but he will use his poison cloud to get out of that difficult position. And now, after losing one player early on, Team TFF need to regroup and figure out how they want to make this push. The tempo of the game here really slowing things down, and finally Team TFF here are making their way onto B side, getting a couple of important kills here as Team Lethal Esports suddenly find themselves down to just 2 players. Fishy Bubbly is alone here on CT. I don't think he can get the plant to stop. The spike has gone down as well, and Frozen is on B heaven with just 27 HP. And Wind here is in a good position to catch out Fishy Bubbly if he does make this peak. And that is unfortunate because he did expect the player to be on top. And Team TFF, a bonus round in the bag as well. They'll pick up those rifles. Thank you very much. And now their economies are looking absolutely bloated on the side of attack. Coming in hot with 3 rounds on the board. And the defenders here have gone in for a much needed timeout, and I think they need to figure things out. This is going to give us a chance, folks, to take a look at the scoreboard, and here's what it looks like. Alike, once again, what a player he has been for Team TFF throughout this tournament. We saw him against Pistol Esports in yesterday's semi-final as well, with that Odin, making it count and picking up so many important kills. And once again, he looks like he is leading that scoreboard. Overclock, a substitution coming in today for Team TFF, doing really well. He played on the Sage in the first map, and he is on the Reyna on Split. So far, doing pretty well. On the side of Team Lethal Esports, it looks like they have been struggling just a little bit to win those gunfights, getting caught out in tough positions. And iShock and Frank are yet to get off the mark in terms of getting kills. So Team Lethal Esports, what are they talking about right now? Probably just to calm things down just a little bit, figure out their plays, how they want to make the push. They are on the defense, so you would expect that they should come out of this first half with a lead, especially on a map like Split, which is heavily defender sided. It looks like there's going to be a mid push once again. The spike has been dropped by RG outside of B main.
Cover going out.
And so 4 players. Oh, what are we seeing here? Lethal Esports have a completely stacked A site, and the B site is absolutely empty, and this is bad for them because Win doing well there to get the first pick and nearly got a second pick as well. I think it is a half buy round for Team Lethal Esports. That explains a lot. It is a half buy round. They have managed to pick up that one Phantom they salvaged from Wind, and at the cost of Frozen here. Team Lethal Esports now need to rotate as the spike is going to go down on B side. Team TFF getting an empty site here. I'm sure it's not what they anticipated. Like does have the lockdown as an option. I'm not sure if they needed this round because Team SL Esports are coming in without any weapons. In fact, iShock will get taken down as well. Fishy Bubbly and another player here with him on heaven. All 3 players. In fact, Rekti Rowdy will get a useful pick on Overclock as he goes down. Rekti Rowdy is on the Empress, so we definitely want to see how this works out for him. He needs to make this push in towards B main and fast. And that swarm grenade from Alike will just not allow the defuse to happen. And Team Lethal Esports. Rekti Rowdy with a couple of kills post round, but it is not going to matter because that is a 4th round in the bag for Team TFF, who have gotten off to a flyer, folks. On Split, on attack, getting 4 rounds. We talked about that magical number that every attacking team will look to achieve at the beginning of the game. And I'm sure a lot of teams out there will be quite content with just 4 or 5 rounds on attack, and they'll feel confident about coming back into the game on the side of defense. And Team Lethal Esports will be a little bit worried that there are already 4 rounds posted on the board for Team TFF. Wind here, double satcheling his way over that Viper wall, getting a good position here. And now the attacker side Killjoy coming into play as well from Alike. We talked about this in the last round. In a second though, Wind is going to come face to face with Frozen. He gets killed, but will get traded out by Recti Rowdy, who will happily dismiss out of that position. And I think we saw the Viper ultimate as well. And yes, the plant is going down inside the Viper ultimate. So this should be another round that Team TFF will be looking to pick up. Alike here with that lineup on the Swarm Grenade, but will get caught on the wraparound by Fishy Bubbly. And that is a crucial flank coming in from Lethal Esports. This does mean that they're down to 3 players. Crash that, make it 2 players. Recti Rowdy getting another pick. And now the big kill on Artkan as Viper goes down, is down to just overclock. Will get a kill, secures the kill and dismisses out of the way. And Overclock will be there to pick up that kill. A 3k in the end from him. And Team TFF, despite losing Artkan and the ultimate going down, still couldn't secure the round. Was Lethal Esports. And Overclock doing so well here, getting that first pick, dismissing out of danger, and then coming back because he knew Fishy Bubbly was going to go for that defuse, and instantly connecting that headshot was Overclock here. And 5-0 on the board for Team TFF. And oops, it looks like the spike is still at spawn. They don't seem to be too bothered by it. I think they just want to play for some more picks here. What is the economy situation for Lethal Esports? They seem to be doing okay, except for Frozen, who is going to be on the judge, and every other player does appear to have a Phantom or a Vandal. This is the battle of the Reynas. Recti Rowdy and Overclock both top fragging for their respective teams are going to come face to face in just a second. Recti Rowdy got a glimpse of him, and Frozen here with that judge gets a kill on Wind. A second kill as well coming in from Fishy Bubbly. And now Team Lethal Esports do have the man advantage, and Team TFF have decided to make a quick rotation here. Recti Rowdy is waiting in that vents position for a pick on one of these players who will just walk on to A heaven. And now the plant is going down on the side of A. Team TFF down to just 3 players. Scratch that, you can make it 2 players. It's just Overclock and RG, and both of the players are on site. It's going to be a 4v2 retake coming in. They have enough time to plan this one out. iShock coming in hot from CT. Overclock gets a first pick. That could be helpful. Oh, it was down to just RG in the end, who ran out of bullets again, and Recti Rowdy was there to secure a clean 3k. And it looks like folks, it's been a long time coming that the first round on the board finally for Team Lethal Esports. And maybe this is just a change in fortunes that they needed in the end. RG running out of bullets there, and Recti Rowdy was there to secure that 3rd kill for his team, and the round, more importantly, for Lethal Esports. The first round posted on the board, 1-5. Can we see a shift in momentum now?
Forward! Turret out!
An aggressive wall here from iShock first up, denying entry into A main whatsoever, and Recti Rowdy is here with him for support as well. But Team TFF are looking more serious about pushing this mid to B section. It looks like Alike is the first player. Talk about a Killjoy entry, fragging. Gets taken down by Fishy Bubbly. That's a good headshot that he was able to connect, and I think I heard the Omen ultimate coming out as well. RG here is keen to get a trade on Alike, but if they don't catch Frozen's position here, they don't, and Frozen will pick up another kill here with his judge. And Lethal Esports here are doing a good job at pulling things back just a little bit. In comes the showstopper from Wind. Gets a double kill, and that could be huge. It's back to a 3v3, and that showstopper
30 seconds left.
from Wind was huge. He gets 2 picks on the side of A ramps, denying access. And now Fishy Bubbly, that's unfortunate, as Wind will get the kill on him as he was trying to do his shrouded step across that snake bite. The spike has gone down, and Frozen and Frank need to figure out how they do this retake with a man disadvantage. Looks like there's just one player on site and one player on Heaven, and Frank has decided that he is gonna pull out the lockdown.
Last player standing.
Wind with a 4K here. He is so low on HP, but still picked up the headshot, and he will pick up the ace as well. Wind, what a play from him. He gets detained in the end, and that's hilarious. But Wind has picked up an ace, and another round that we thought Lethal Esports was defending so well, in the end went towards Team TFF. And I think it's the showstopper that really started to make the difference on the side of A Heaven, getting those 2 kills and then anchoring the site all alone. He did have help, and despite that lockdown coming out, that timer was running down so quickly. But Wind was good enough to get the ace, and I think we just witnessed the 3rd ace of this tournament, folks. And this time around it was from Team TFF here. Now this time looking to push into B main. It's being held by Frank, and looks like Team Lethal Esports are forced into doing another eco round here. A 5-man sheriff buy from them. Frank here boldly moving into that smoke. But that's a bit of a surprise, I'm not gonna lie. Take a look at his position. That smoke coming off at the wrong time for him, but still he manages to get a headshot on a like. He'll get traded obviously because the opposition have better guns than him. And Overclock will get a second pick as well, and down to just 3 players for Lethal Esports. Artgun will get that spike down, and Recti Rowdy here getting a pick on B main. Does he have a gun? This could be big for them. He does have a gun as well. iShock will get taken down by RG, who was on Heaven, is down to just Recti Rowdy. Searching for the pick on Artgun through that wooden block. It was a save round for Team Lethal Esports, so in all things considered, it may not be such a bad idea for him to go in for the save. And looks like that is the decision here from Recti Rowdy. He is heading towards spawn. And take a look at the players of Team TFF. I don't think they are happy to allow this to happen. It's Viper. They're trying to hunt him down, but I think he'll be okay over at spawn. 7 rounds on the board for Team TFF. Who would have thought it? On the side of attack, dominating so far is Team TFF. And once again showing good form. And Lethal Esports will be wondering what they need to do to stop this flow and shift the momentum towards their side. A full buy this time around from them, thanks to the eco in the last round. And looks like Frank is going to be the player who's going to be anchoring down this ace side. And the push is going to be heavy. Recti Rowdy here getting a good pick from ramps and dismissing out of the way. He will get chased a little bit. And he'll get traded out as well by a like. In fact, the full team is pushing out. Frank is holding a good position. And looks like Artgun is aware of it. And that snake bite. Ooh, it was a close one here. Team TFF picking up kills so easily.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Fishy Bubbly getting taken down as well by Artgun is down to just Frozen. And somewhere Team Lethal Esports, they need to believe that they can still do this. What a paranoia coming in. An Artgun here will be there to pick up that last kill, and it's going to be 8 rounds on the board. The scoreline moving to 8-1, folks. Now on the side of attack, we talked about that magic number. It's definitely not 8. It was like 5 or 6 maybe, but 8 rounds on the board pretty much guarantees you the map, doesn't it? Unless we see something special from Lethal Esports, they need to show up. They need to start connecting those headshots and making those plays work here for them. But for now, Team TFF doing a good job executing their plays on attack so well. picking up 8 rounds on the board, and scattered by once again for Lethal Esports. Frank is going to be without any shields. He's just picked up a raw Vandal. And now Team TFF are really starting to bully the team here. They're just walking onto site like it's nobody's business. Overclock here is going to get the spike down. And in a flash of a second, Lethal Esports are down to just 2 players. iShock will get an important kill. Will get a chance to revive Recti Rowdy as well. As Artkan will take down Frozen. That's unfortunate. iShock wants to make this push into sewers, interestingly. And I don't know if Artkan is aware of his position. iShock has finally given away the sound cue, so he definitely knows. And iShock will get that pick, as Alike will get the pick on Reina. On B Heaven is down to just iShock. He's got 85 HP on him. It's a 1v3 retake. Surely there's not enough time, so he's just going to try and pick up these exit frags as much as he can. Overclock is coming in next. He doesn't want that fight. He doesn't want to contest Overclock in an aim battle right now. He's in insane form. That one was a little bit close, but Overclock here, along with Recti Rowdy, both the Reinas dominating on split. And Overclock here with just 3 deaths has picked up 12 kills. So an inspired substitution, one has to say.
Here.
And maybe that could be the difference for Team TFF in this game. 9 rounds on the board, folks. The score is now 9-1. As Team TFF are figuring out what they want to do this time around. The whole team is actually at spawn and making their way in towards B side. As Omen has used the first smoke on mid.
You should run.
Alike is gonna pull out the Killjoy ultimate. The lockdown coming into play. Fishy Bubbly is in a tough spot. He needs to get out of there. Or he has about 4 seconds more to get out. If he doesn't get out, he is gonna get detained. And the timing on that Omen ultimate, it looks like he managed to get out, but he got out detained. That was interesting to say the least. And Team TFF have actually lost a lot of players in that push in. And they're down to just their last 2. The spike has gone down, but a 4v2 retake, you have to say that the odds are towards Team Lethal Esports. It's down to just Alike, who went for the wraparound. Interestingly enough, he is behind the defenders here. This could be big. But no, Fishy Bubbly was alive to that danger, turns around and lands that headshot on Alike, and it will be an important round for Lethal Esports. A second round on the board on defense. Only a second round already so far. The scoreline is now at 9-2, and they should aim for getting the next round as well and making it 9-3, or this game might just be a little bit too much out of their hands early on. Fishy Bubbly going back to that same position once again that he did in that last round. Didn't work out much for him because he had to teleport out of that position because of the lockdown coming in from Alike. But for now, Team TFF once again looking to push through this midsection. Some initial fire being exchanged at B main. Let's see if we can catch that. And there you go, the showstopper coming out of Wind here is trying to chase a kill in B Heaven. And does get a kill, even though he will get taken down by iShock. But Overclock is there to pick up a second kill as well. And now Team Lethal Esports are down to 3 players. And Frank with another crucial kill on RG, as Team TFF will get a plant down. And more importantly, Artgun is going to pull out the ultimate, the Viper ultimate. And now Team Lethal Esports will pull out the lockdown as well, coming in from Frank. So this is going to force Viper out of the situation here. Frank perhaps prematurely just jumping onto site. Is down to just the last player, and Recti Rowdy will take down Artgun and secure that defuse. And for a second there, you did think that Team Lethal Esports should have been a bit more patient with that push. But in the end, Recti Rowdy was there to control the damage and secure the round. A third round on the board, and at the end of halftime,
Switching sides.
the scoreline is 3-9 in favor of Team TFF. And Team Lethal Esports now need to do something phenomenal here. They need to post 9 rounds back to back to reach match point on the side of attack, and we all know what a challenge that can be on a map like Split. Team TFF here, who have been so good on defense in this tournament throughout. They have been so disciplined and well coordinated on the defense. It's going to be quite a task for Team Lethal Esports to pull this off. It's a KG start from Lethal Esports. They want to take it seriously from the beginning. They don't want to take any chances here whatsoever. Just want to test the patience of Team TFF here, and TFF have been so good in just maintaining their composure here. Look at this position from RG. Recti Rowdy doing well here, gets the first pick and will draw Recti to pull out another kill, but Wind is gonna take the trade on him. And Frank here, that was an unnecessary push from Wind. He walked straight into the crosshair of Frank, who's picked up the kill. A second kill as well from Alike this time around.
One enemy
A
remaining.
third kill as well, and now it's down to
Spike
just the
down,
last
C.
player. It looks like Team TFF have some control over the spike.
30
Frank is the
seconds
last player alive. He is in B main. Overclock here, just making sure that Frank doesn't get a chance to peek, and Alike is there to pick up a 3k for himself. And the first round in the second half goes the way of Team TFF as well once again. And now the scoreline is 10-3, 3 more rounds to go, and we have a third place winner. It is going to be decided, all but decided, unless Team Lethal Esports is going to do what we were hoping to see from them in this match. Lethal Esports, despite this scoreline, have gone in for a full save round. It's an interesting choice from them. You would think at this point you may want to just force the issue, but Team TFF will have a full buy and will take down 2 players before getting traded out by iShock. Another kill coming in from Alike. Is down to just the last 2 players who are stranded on vents. iShock will get one kill on Alike with that Spectre, but Artkan will be there to pick up the trade. And Team TFF predictably will get the next round as well. They came in with full buys, and Team Lethal Esports went in for a full save. A bit surprising if you ask me. And maybe it was time. There you go. There was too much for him to do in the end from iShock. Did the best he could, but Team TFF continuing to dominate here. It's going to be a bonus round that they'll have to pull out of the hat now. And on the side of Team Lethal Esports, if ever they needed a comeback, it is now. It is now. It is 11-3. They have a full buy, a first gun round for them, and they need to make this one count. It looks like it's going to be a heavy A-side push. All 5 players. Frozen will get the pick on Wind, and Wind couldn't get that judge to work for him. RG is on site. He needs to play this one well. Gets one kill, gets a dink on the second as well, but Frozen will be there to pick up the trade.
Placing swarm grenade out. Spike planted.
And the spike has gone down for Team Lethal Esports, and this time they have a man advantage. 4 players on. Artkan here is just trying to challenge Fishy Bubbly. I think he did a lot of damage to him with that poison bite. A snake bite, my apologies.
Poison orb emitting. Last player
Ooh,
standing.
Fishy Bubbly was so low on HP, but still managed to land that headshot. and that could be so big. That is big, in fact. It's down to just a like. He has a Spectre. They were on a bonus, and there you go. Lethal esports have picked up the first round in the second half. The scoreline now 4-11. They need to keep this momentum going, folks. They need to have these full buys coming in. They need to get the economies on their side as well. It's a lot to ask for. It's a huge mountain to climb. 4-11. And for Team TFF, they're going to come in now with a full buy. They were on bonus last round. And just a couple of more rounds and they will be securing the third place prize for themselves.
I will be their nightmare.
How are they lining up? It looks like Team TFF are doing an eco. Interesting there. So it looks like they didn't play the bonus. My apologies, folks. It looks like they are going in for the eco this time around. Aggressively peeking here. Overclock will be the first to get that pick on Recti Rowdy. The Reina versus Reina fight has been so interesting to watch. A lot of pressure coming in here from Lethal Esports on the side of B. Surely this should be a round the Lethal Esports should easily pick up. And no, like, what are you doing with that Sheriff? What a peek. Gets a kill on Frozen. He's gonna go for another one. Gets another one as well. A like has picked up a couple of kills. He's got spike control. He's got a gun now. Can he make it count here? Gets a third kill as well. And the Omen Paranoia just denying him vision. And he doesn't want to take a chance here. A like has picked up the lockdown and he's put it down. And Fishy Bubbly, what are his choices?
30 seconds left.
Maintains his composure to get the pick on Artgun and gets the lockdown destroyed as well. A 1v2 situation now. A round that should have been so easily in the back for Lethal Esports. A like here with those Sheriff headshots. Turning things around here. And if RG is not able to stop this plant.
Cover going out.
10 seconds left.
Team Lethal Esports may just have something on their hands. And take a look at this wraparound from a like. He has walked back all the way from B main and will secure his 4K, folks. And that is going to be a 12th round on the board. And you have to say that with a half buy, with an eco round, Alike has done brilliantly here with those Sheriff headshots in the beginning of the round. And went ahead to pick up that Vandal. And what a wraparound from him. It wasn't expected at all. And I think that's what caught Fishy out a little bit. But doing well to maintain his composure there. And now we're on match point, folks. This is the match point. This is the round that is going to decide who is going to win the third place. It could be Team TFF that they can just close things off right here. But surely Team Lethal Esports will not be willing to give up as easily. And there you go. A full buys more or less, except for Recti Rowdy, who's coming in with just a Sheriff. And Lethal Esports, no nonsense here. No nonsense. They want this A side. And they want to take it for themselves. Oh, that was interesting. TPing right next to RG here and somehow still surviving that. Lethal Esports have lost one player, but the spike is going to go down. Artgun will get a pick on Recti Rowdy. That's a big one. That's a big one. Recti Rowdy going down, and now he was spoiled for choice wind with that showstopper on who he wanted to shoot it at. But Frank doing really well to get pull back two crucial rounds, two crucial picks. And Alike here will wrap things up through that LED board. And will secure the defuse as well, folks. You know what this means? It means we have our first winner. The third place looks like it is secured and in the bag. Folks, what a game we have seen. 13-4 again. Team TFF. Wow. On the side of split. Started out so well on attack. And I did not expect this, folks. I thought this was going to go into a tiebreaker in towards Ascent. But Alike, in the end, coming on top of both those Reinas with an average combat score of 327, 23 kills in the bag. Team TFF, congratulations, guys. You deserve it. You guys played incredibly yesterday in the semifinals as well. And today, what a performance against Lethal Esports. A dominating display. A best of 3 that didn't even go to the tiebreaker. And just like that, Team TFF have picked up the 3rd place prize in our League Ego India Valorant Invitational. Congratulations to both teams. Congratulations to Lethal Esports as well for putting on a good performance and reaching this stage, this place in the tournament. Wow, what a game, folks. With that, it looks like we have come to an end to our first match, and with TFF picking up 3rd place, there's only one match, there's only one thing left to decide, and it's the grand finals. It's going to be Pistol Esports versus Team Beyond Infinity. It is scheduled for 7 p.m. tonight, folks. And if you haven't subscribed yet to this YouTube channel, please make sure to do it right now. Click on that bell icon so you get notified on when we go live. Take a look at our socials. We have our Discord, our Instagram, our Facebook, and make sure you follow each and every one of those so you guys are updated about what we are doing. But for now, folks, it looks like that is all from us. Make sure you come back in for the 7 p.m. grand finals. It's going to be absolutely lit. It's going to be a best of 5. So we're basically going to see every map in the pool except for Breeze, which we're probably not going to have in this particular tournament. And it's going to be awesome for us to see how that game works out. 7 p.m. folks, be there, don't forget it. But for now, that's all from us. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Grizzly, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys at 7 p.m.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.